Hey, I'm Caleb, and today I'm going to be reading you a story that I wrote in my English class. Dear Diary. Hello there, Diary. My name is Joe Isabella Foster. My hobbies include ballet, dancing, singing, necrophilia, and punching babies. Did you know that I play football? I'm the quarterback. People think that just because my dad is the coach that I get special treatment. Sometimes he has one of the players, preferably the big-handed ones, come in the field house and give me a nice long foot rub. Just the thought makes me all tingly. This one time, Devin and I went to the mall and he got the cutest boots ever. I just got some pretty little heels that I can wear to the ball next week. Afterwards, we went to the restroom and sat in the stalls and shared secrets. Did you know that Devin has a Spanish mistress? Apparently her name is Haley. I think I dated her in 5th grade. She's quite the chubby one. Anyways, after potty time, we hit up the food court. I ordered the chicken nuggets. Devin, on the other hand, ordered the freaking lobster. I was furious, but he made up for it later. He ended up making me a nice breakfast the next morning. 7 eggs and a basket of goose hearts. When breakfast was over, we went outside and played some Beat the Greek. That is where you find an adolescent Greek girl, stick her in a sack, and beat her to a bloody pulp. I think I got the top score of 7,324 Greeks. The best part of the day was when we went to the baseball game. It was bat night. But of course, every night is bat night when you live in a catacomb. Have I ever told you how wonderful the smells of a catacomb are? It is heavenly. The only bad part about living there is when I have to suck up the bilge and sewage from the floors. Have I ever told you that I'm in love? I'm pretty sure that I love you, Diary. I can finally give up my feelings for Christina, that silly man-beast that constantly stalks me. I know that she's kind of creepy, but I think she's a good person. From what I've heard, she's currently tied up with some other business. Like literally, she's tied up in Anna's basement. I guess Anna's just a mass torturer. I'm pretty sure that I saw somebody with hooks through their armpits hanging from her tree. Usually, I would find this disturbing, but I was distracted by the beauty that is Caleb Wood. His sexy hair and those legs. My goodness, he gets me going. He was just taking his daily stroll down memory lane. Like, for real, he was walking down memory lane. It's kind of by Jackson School. Anyways, there he was, looking lovely as ever. And out of nowhere, a rabid Christina swept from a tree and tackled him into the street. Caleb, being the frail beauty he is, passed out. Then the Christina took him and dragged him into her lair, the sewer. If you must know, a Christina is a horrid creature, similar to that of a Sasquatch, but smaller, kind of like an Oompa Loompa. So, apparently, after the Christina snatched up Caleb, she dragged him all the way through the sewer to where the emo unicorns go to die, Robert Pattinson's chest hair. I quickly tracked them through the sewer with help of my Christina tracker. I placed it in every organism named Christina due to my still undying love for her. Anyways, as I neared the closet that Robert Pattinson sleeps in, I started to get this funny feeling. It was as if someone were breathing on the back of my neck. I quickly turned around as if to jump the creeper behind me, but soon realized that it was only Anshul. I'd given him my extra Christina tracker a while back. It looks like it has come in handy. Now that Anshul was in the picture, I had to tell him what was going on. He was distraught at Caleb being attacked, but overjoyed with the sight of a wild Christina. You may not understand how rare these are. It's like finding a Twinkie that actually burns calories. We knew we were as soon as we smelled an odor like gasoline and vanilla frosting. It was unicorn blood. We were getting ever closer to the location of the beloved Caleb and that fiend Christina. As we were nearing the house on the hill and the valley by the mountain covered with some snow but not really that much, I saw a shadow move behind the left side of the house. I motioned to Anshul to let him know that we were being watched and that we needed to be careful and sneak around so that we could catch our pursuer. This was quite a dangerous game. We couldn't decide which way to take, go to the right and sneak attack him, or go to the left and confront him face to face. We ended up playing Rock, Paper, Airplane to see who went first. Rock, Paper, Airplane is a game that I learned from a few of my terrorist buddies. Considering Anshul was not as skilled as I was in the game, I easily beat him best 217 out of 533. We ended up actually taking the left route to confront them face to face. Thank God we did. As we neared the corner, we heard 3 voices, 2 high-pitched and very annoying, and 1 deep and very annoyed. They obviously didn't know that we were coming. Approaching the corner, I decided to peek over the edge just to see what we were up against, and you would never believe who I saw. It was Charlie the Unicorn. I was so elated with the thought of meeting him that I completely forgot why we were here. I asked him all kinds of questions like, "How was Candy Mountain? Did you get your kidney back?" And, "I thought you were left-hooved." While Charlie was in the process of answering my rapid-fire questions, it happened. A monstrous pterodactyl then swooped from the sky and took Anshul. It was then that I knew what I had to do. I had to stop those demons. Knowing what needed to be done, I punched Charlie's 2 accomplices in the neck and hopped on Charlie's back. "Yah!" I cried as we took off to the lands of glitter and magic. Hours later, we entered the fateful land of glitter and magic. It was supposedly the most joyful place in the world, but my hopes were soon deflated as I peered around the scenery. To the left, a lion was gnashing his fangs into Anshul, and to the right was a stoned unicorn eating some glass kittens. As we eased even further into the land, the sun started to dim. The candy cane forest to the east was starting to shimmer brighter and brighter as the blue-green glassy grass on the horizon started to reflect the ever-descending sun as it fell onto the horizon. And to the west was a majestic winged Sasquatch flying through the air and doing acrobatic flips and stunts. I thought those were only a myth. And tied around his midsection was Anshul. This would have been great if Anshul were still alive. But then I remembered. I'm part fairy princess, and I have the power to heal minor wounds. I can also do a sweet French braid. I ended up healing Anshul 1 piece at a time, so that we could eventually set out to find that rabbit Christina. Now we had a very important choice ahead of us. Take the tunnel to Candy Mountain on the left, or take the tunnel to the right, so that we could go to the swimming pool. Again, we played rock, paper, airplane. Anshul beat me this time, so we went to go get Caleb again. We had to let Charlie the Unicorn go, which was very hard for me. If you did not know, Christinas are very attracted to the sweet smell of candy and other sugary treats, so of course we took the path to the left. The road was slick with lemonade and paved with jelly beans of every color. With sour candy strings acting as grass to both sides of the road, we were well protected from the health nuts. Health nuts are crazy creatures that inhabit the land of glitter and magic. They are insane in every single way, and by every single way, I mean that they only eat healthy food. How silly. Hours later, we emerged out into Candy Mountain. What we saw was such a sight that I had to cover Anshul's eyes as he covered mine. Caleb had slain the Christina and was now sucking the marrow from her bones. What a glorious and horrendous sight. Now we could finally go back to the nice, serene valley where we all lived and finally presume going back to school to tell our tales of wonderful adventures. By the way, I'm not gay. Kisses, Joe Isabella.